Tulikuwa na a bit of an issue pale Khalif Kairo, which is a company I started. Kumekuwa tu na story mingi online. We had a lot of issues in this company, and most of them stemmed from, I'd call them personality issues. On one of my partners who has a bit of personality problem. Mimi naitwa Kairo na I'm a car dealer, founder and director of Khalif Kairo Limited, which is a car dealership and shipping company. Na leo niko hustle zetu. Watu wenye wananijua, wengi wao wamenijua juu ya history ya tulikuwa na a bit of an issue pale Khalif Kairo, which is a company I started and a brand I founded back in 2017. Kumekuwa tu na story mingi online, so that could be partly one of the reasons why watu wengine wananijua. But other than that, I've been selling cars since 2015. And whatever happened. Hiyo unajua ni kawaida ya biashara. And these things tend to happen anyway. At times you might work with people, na inafika mahali objectives ama ethics kidogo zinabadilika and you're forced to leave. Kwa wale wasa kucheck your story, essentially the problem was that I founded this brand back in 2017. Tukapiga biz smart hadi kitu 2020 when I banded up with 3 of my friends who are my friends back then. Now they are not my friends. And tukafungua kampuni. So because I already had a brand, I was already known. Kwa circles za magari nilikuwa najulikana poa, tulikuwa nasukuma ma units. We decided actually to form a company, but it will be trading under my name. But to cut the long story short, we had a lot of issues in this company, and most of them stemmed from, I'd call them personality issues. Azikuwa tini stories za do, ama tini stories za, most companies upata issues mingi sana juu ya do, primarily. But in this case, we'd say ni more of personality issues on one of my partners who has a bit of personality problems. So ilikuwa very bad because now ilifika mahali I was forced to resign. In fact, I handed all my shareholding. There were actually 2 companies. There's IBK Performance, there's Imports by Kairo. And I was forced to hand over my shareholding. Forced in the sense that these guys engineered a crisis that made it very difficult for me to operate in that company. And yeah, I left. So after leaving, that's when the whole story blew. They did 2 press statements on the Imports by Kairo page that were really in bad taste and quite unprofessional. And that's, I think, probably the reason why we are here right now. To avoid a situation like mine, because I think there's msiote anapiga biz, there's a lot you can learn from what I've gone through, is that you really need to investigate the character of the person you're partnering with. Because there are people who are out to use you. Basically, that's what I'd say. Especially if you're a young person with a good, especially us young people, but unapata you have a very good skill set. Maybe unajua kufanya kazi in a very particular way. Maybe you have a talent. You could be a singer. You could be an actor. So there's so many pitfalls that utapata. Na mara nyingi the biggest issue inakuanga funding. So before you accept to go into a partnership with somebody, you really need to check their character, look at their background, jua mtu mwenye tunafanya biashara anakuangaje, and you also need to be in control of your business. Because I think one of the biggest mistakes I made at Imports by Kairo was relinquishing, the control of the company. Where you're in a scenario where you're doing business with someone, he's making a lot of the financial decisions. At times he's not consulting you, or at times he's doing other deals by the side. And because you're naive and you've not done this before, now it becomes a problem. Because when things start going wrong, you'll be in a very difficult situation. Because in the case of Imports, for instance, ni mimi ndio najulikana. So if somebody was to deposit money at Imports na pesa ipotee, ama gari kuje na standard mbaya or something like that happens, mara nyingi ni mimi personally who a lot of guys are going to put on question. I saw the warning signs from a while back. Even my then girlfriend at the time, would try to warn me. I'd tell young people to try and investigate the people you're partnering with. Don't ignore the warning signs.